Alright guys, Rich here from the RC Network, and this is going to be upgrade series number 3 on my Losi Mini 8T. Now, I've been kind of addressing all of the suspension issues, some of the durability issues. Well, now it's time to get into the electronics of the Mini 8T and make them a little bit better, a little bit quicker, and keep some of the heat down as well. Well, part 3 is going to go over the servo that comes in the Mini 8T. Here it is. It is called a 903WP, and it is a mini-sized servo. So definitely not your 10th scale fare, so a little bit smaller than that, but not quite the micro size. So somewhat of a unique size. There's not a whole lot of them out there to upgrade. So I went to my friends over at Hitec to pick up one of their servos, and ended up choosing not the plain Jane, I think 225 is what it's called. I ended up picking up this guy right here. This is the HS5245MG. Now, this is a digital servo versus the 225, which is not. I wanted to just kind of up the ante, get in some digitalness to this servo to keep that center line as much as possible. That was kind of the problem with the stock one, was it wouldn't quite find center all the time. So the digital part of this will definitely help. Metal gear will help as well. And let's take a look at some of the specs on this thing. On the backside right here, 0.15 seconds, and it looks like there is your torque right there as well. So 61 inches of torque. So pretty good for this mini sized vehicle, this 1/14 sized vehicle. So let's take a look at the servo. Got one out right here so we can take a look at it. And I've already kind of made a custom horn for it as well. But there is the HS5245. You can kind of see that aluminum horn on there. Kind of had to make that from what actually comes stock in the box from the 5245. Here's a look of what it looked like before I started getting a hold of it. But there it is. So this particular Hitec servo still uses a 24 tooth spline horn, so went with the stock one and just kind of fashioned it down to clear the top deck of the Mini 8T. So right there, this one does come with quite a long receiver lead, about 12 inches right there, so you're going to have plenty of room for this little mini scaled vehicle. But this should be a definitely good upgrade for this Mini 8T. Now, a couple of things I did have to pick up to make all of this work. There's somewhat of a unique size rod end on the Mini 8T. And you can kind of see that right there. It's this little micro one, and it's super small. Definitely will not fit a 3mm screw. So I had to pick up some 2mm screws. I didn't have any on hand here, so went to my local shop and picked up a couple of Vetera items. There's some quick model numbers there for you guys. But one is basically a 2x10 screw. I just got the cap head size and then also the nylock nuts, and you can kind of see those in there. So those should be plenty, and now I'm going to have enough for the next couple of lifetimes. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing installed. When I get back, I'll show you how it all looks. All right, I'm back now, and I went ahead and got everything installed with that HS5245 Metal Gear Servo from Hitec. It went in there pretty easy. The only thing I did have to modify slightly was those 2x10mm Vetera screws that you saw earlier. These guys, I did have to shorten them by about 3mm, so they ended up being 2mm by 7mm in the end. And the importance of that is the way I threaded it through. I didn't want it to have the potential to hit the center drive shaft, so I went ahead and double checked that. Everything clears now, and everything worked out great. So mounted it in with those new aluminum servo mounts from Losi, just to give me some added strength to the servo positioning. But everything worked out great. You can kind of see the way the arm mounts in there up to that kind of custom servo horn that I made. Pretty much just cut it to length with a hacksaw, and then just used a fine file to just get the shape of it a little bit better. So, everything worked out great. I can't wait to kind of use this thing and really see the difference in the digitalness of the servo, finding that center point, keeping the center point, and of course the improve in both the speed and the amount of torque that this HS 5245 servo will have. So any questions about this thing, post it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.